Ooh. Do cool. It'd be handy if I could see chat, wouldn't it? Can you guys tell I don't plan these? I just hit stream and then we just see what happens. All right, YouTube Studio. Let's load up. I'm pretty sure I changed the resolution this time, so we shouldn't actually get any. Well, I shouldn't get any warnings through YouTube, which would be quite nice. Uh, cool. Share. Copy link. Be handy if I told people we were live. Create post. Video. Pop it on here, isn't it? What am I doing? Let's just do improve. Cool. If you don't know about the Patreon, by the way, and you're watching this, there is a free tier that you can sign up to, and then it'll give you notifications when I do posts like this, so you guys can see when it's going live. Let's do public. Cool. Still got this cough. Okay. Dock that back down. And then we'll do a Discord one. Cool. What we're going to do is we're going to do some blender as well. So I'm going to take the weapons that we've got in the template as it is, and I'm going to break them apart. So we can do things like weapon slides on the top, and then the magazines as well, which would be quite nice. What's going on here? No, I didn't, Neil. I did not. Cool. Where are we? So the goal is going to be to set up the weapon so we can slide the pistol back at the top and maybe get access to the magazine as well. Because right now, we actually have a slide that can move back. But the problem is, we can't detach this in here that I'm aware of. And then we've got the magazine as well. So, magazine. I think we've got magazine. It's small, but it'll do. Just so we get some. We'll do it temporarily. Should be fine. God, it's a cough. And we'll aim to get that in. It's a shame we can't just delete everything else in here, but we don't need the bones. I think that's the main thing. I'm wondering if we can keep the animations though. Because at the minute the pistol has animations built into it. So if we can bring these into Blender, we can bring them back, maybe retarget them, and we can go from there. Should be good to go. Cool. Where's the chat? There it is. Just making sure everything's fine. Well, I can't see a chat or anything. Don't know what's going on. Imran, hello. Welcome. So I think the first thing that we're going to have to do is get the pistol and export this out. And then possibly look at retargeting it all. I'm just making this up. Let's go. Let's do asset actions, export 5.4. Where are we? New folder. Just call it weapons. SK pistol. We don't need level details. We don't need vertex color, and we don't need collisions. We don't need morph targets because we're not using any. Export local time, that'll be fine. So now, if we open up Blender, should be good. Happy to see you stream. What's for today? We're gonna do some weapon stuff. So I submitted the template as it is to Epic, so it doesn't have the grab from distance stuff, but I'm happy with everything else. So to stop me from losing my mind, we're gonna do the weapon things today, kind of like a chill out stream, bit of a fun stuff, and then we can take another look at the grab from distance content again at a later date. If somebody wants it, they can always add their own version in, and I left all the old content that we worked on the streams in there, but I did submit the new version to Epic this morning, so hopefully that'll go live as well. Cool. Import FBX. Drive. Shreyas, grab from distance? No. No grab from distance. Not today. It's been doing my head in. So used to. It's like I'd rather do some fun stuff and have a little bit of a break. Go to change of pace sounds really good. Yeah, it was one of those ones. It's like I go to bed and I've been trying to figure it out while I'm trying to sleep, and I'm like lying there for like 2 in the morning, and I'm like, I've got to have a break from it. Otherwise, I'm just gonna go freaking insane. Oh my god, it looks so bad. Is this because it's got the reduced LODs? Shouldn't be that bad, should it? The bones are the wrong way around as well. Ah, why did I not predict this? It's gonna be a. Oh, it's gonna be a mess. I gotta remember how to do this. I haven't touched Blender in months. Import FBX. weapon. Apply transforms. Is that right? Armature. Ignore leaf bones. Uh, import. Well, that's just missing the rest of the gun. There's got to be a way I can just drag and drop this in. Did that export? Oh, export. Import. Automatic bone orientation? Why is there no mesh now? Uh, no, don't be one of these streams. I was like, we'll just import it, we'll break the mesh apart, we'll be good to go. But no, it's like, screw you, you're gonna struggle for 4 hours. Asset actions, export. Let's just keep it on default settings. Yes. It was vertex color, level of detail, collision. Why would that not be in there? Import FBX. What? Import FBX. If this goes really bad, we'll do something else. There we go. It still looks really bad. Surely it should not look this bad. I know that we don't have textures on it, that's fine. Sure is, yeah, we don't want to see you go insane. I think that's why people tune in. So watch me just lose my mind at freaking Unreal. Um, what bit are you? Trigger. What the hell is happening? This isn't the right mesh. Sometimes. When you export anything from UE, it exports as LODs. I know, but it's still not including the original LOD. Am I trying to export skeleton mesh? Should I just do the static mesh? Let's just try the static mesh. I don't think we need any bones, really. We're gonna need... I don't think we're using the static mesh for anything. We're definitely using the skeleton mesh because we need the animations. Because the pistol has these. The weapon fire is the one that we want. So we want to be able to still use this. When you export anything from UE, it exports LEDs. Also, if you have done some reductions in the mesh. I don't think I've reduced anything in the mesh. We're just using the standard model. It's got 3 LODs. Which is fine. Export. Let's see if I can do it without the LODs. Yes. Vertex color, no. Level of detail, no. Because we want to create our own. Static mesh. Export source mesh. Why was that? Right. I should keep that normal settings. It's still doing it. It's just exporting the lowest resolution. God. This was supposed to be easy. Oh. If I just going to be this, like, I don't know, off stream to avoid the embarrassment. And now we're going to have 0 LOD and then export it. That's what I was thinking, is like going into here and then reducing this to only have the one LOD and then seeing if that works. Pistol, save, yes. Don't need any of that. I could just change this to like 2020 as well. Let's try this. We'll get there in the end. If not, I'll Google it in a second and then we'll see what happens. This is the stuff you don't see in the YouTube videos when we edit them all together. That still looks like crap. Is that just the right model? But it's just because it's got no normals on it. I don't think so. Let me try on mine as well. Alright. So this whole top, we need to be separated. Okay. Pose mode. Edit mode is not going to do it. Object mode. Wait, what? The problem is this still has to be a skeletal mesh because this door needs to open when we fire. Built really weird. It's either that the export's just messing it all up. Looks like it. Sure is. Yeah, the mesh is just like that. Oh. Okay. Slide. Separate selection. Edit. Probably have to re-rig this, wouldn't I? Oh, I hate animating. I really, really, really hate animating. Looks trash. They're using normals to make it look good. Yeah, I thought so. Every time I start a stream, phone ends up going off. I'm wondering if I should just use the mesh, and then use it as a placeholder for the meantime. It just won't have a shooting animation. But I'm worried that if I break this apart and then bring it back into Unreal, it's not going to do it anyway. Oh. Need to send a list of what I want for dinner. Pokeballs. Uh, cool. What's the best way? See, if I built it myself, it would have been easier, but I don't have time to do that. I'm wondering whether bringing the static mesh in is going to be the best way to do it, and then see if I can export just the base, or bringing it down. So, okay, right. Should we do that? Should we try and just see what happens if we bring this into Unreal? Although this still is not going to be rigged properly. Why is edit mode and object mode different places? Oh my, this is not going to go well. This is not going to go well. Can you believe I've got a degree in game art? I've got a degree in game art and I'm struggling to get a mesh to break apart. Um, Bones is still in the wrong place, I'm sure of it. That's going to be the little door, isn't it? Yeah, that's the little door. This is the slider. So these need to be separated, and they're probably going to have their own animations. I'm going to have to redo the whole animation graph for the mesh. The animation blueprint. Because we're going to have multiple things going on at the same time. We'll be holding the grab component in the blueprint, and then we pull the trigger. We need to play an animation on the main gun and also on the little door. So there's two animations I have to play at the same time. Tutorials that I saw recently for creating weapons, most of them were breaking down the weapons in smaller chunks and then using blueprints to make it. That's essentially what we're going to be doing. The only thing that I'm trying to consider is the animations that are already there. So if we jump in actually, Oh, still trying to launch stuff. Cool. So we jump in and take a look. Oh, it keeps freezing every now and again. So when we pull the trigger, it plays the animation for the chute and then slides back, but the door also opens. So rather than having just a static mesh on the top, we need to consider a skeletal mesh for the body, a skeletal mesh for the top as well, and that'll be what we're using to slide with. I think. I'm not too sure if we can actually interact with them, although we're using something else. It should be fine. Should still be able to grab the top of it, rack it back, and then when we pull the trigger, have it play that animation. But they're going to have to be two different parts. And then we'll look at doing that one at the end. So it's like, oh, well, that's not meant to happen. Oh, that'll be a bug. People will be shouting at me in a minute for that one. We might need to use morph targets, and we don't need to use morph targets. Morph targets is just overcomplicating it. We just need two different skeletal meshes. But the problem is, I'm not. I hate animating, which is why I'm really bad at it. What we need is we need these bones to be parented to each other instead of this one here. Like this whole one disconnected, so it's not linked down to this pause bone. It's by itself. I don't know if there's a way to break. It's like this needs to just be at 000, and then it can be animated afterwards, and then the gun could be its own. Let's Google it. Which objects? Just Control P. Nope. I don't think there's a way to just reparent this, is there? Slide and door need to be a different model. Wait there. We'll just do. We'll take that one and we can just duplicate it. So we do pistol. What's the best way to duplicate? Pistol 2. Been a blender. Bloody ages. I can't remember how to use it. Wait, I'm going to import 3 different versions. Import file, import FBX. Okay, so we got 3. So this is going to be pistol, main body, pistol, slider, and then pistol magazine. So pistol slider. The goal is going to be to just delete different bones. Pistol slider. Is it going to let me? You're going to let me dissolve you? Delete the bone. Delete. So I haven't done rigging. Armature layer, we don't need that. In edit mode, I don't think we need object mode. We delete that, it just deletes all of them. I might not be very good at this, we might have to do something else. Ask how many tabs on browser do you have open at a time? On mine, I currently have around 170 tabs open with 5 softwares in the bag. Good lord. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6 tabs in 2 windows. nine tabs total. Blender, Unreal, and Oculus open. But we're not making any progress. Let's. Yep. So I need to split a rigged model. Should we just say screw it? We'll make a new blueprint using the static mesh one. So we'll just do this and we'll remove all the animations and see if we can just get all the logic working. It's probably the best way to approach this. Pistol FBX. Yes. Export source. Export. Blender. If we can do that, we can get this whole thing set up, and then either way I'm gonna have to do re-rigging, so it might actually be able to just be easier to just do it all in this one anyway. There's a static mesh, no bones, nothing confusing, that's fine. The problem is we need to figure out which parts are belonging to the slider. Little door as well, that's going to be it. You, you. I do something like that, and then it clicks back into this. It only has to come back so far. It's not gonna come back that far. Or is this part of it? Oh, the whole thing's part of it. Okay. Okay, so separate selection. Go. I'm not too sure if we'll have to change the pivot point. We might have to because of the spline mesh. But we can go from there. That should be alright. And then we've just got the bottom bit. So pistol underscore slider. And then just the pistol. Okay. So like just do. I'm worried about the pivot point. We might have to update the pivot point, but that's absolutely fine. Underscore. What have we got the original name of? Just SM pistol. Okay. Well, FBX. SM pistol. And then we'll do selected objects, which is going to be the body. So that's it. That's pistol. SM pistol. Let's go body. We'll check transforms afterwards. Well, export FBX. So let's go slide, export. Hopefully these are on the, oh, fail to import. Asset pistol mesh pistol body. I don't think I had anything selected. Okay. We'll need collisions. Do not create a material. Do not import textures. Import. Zero tangents can create some issues. That should be okay. So we got the slider. We'll select the body and then we'll do that one again. This is fine. So now we've got both parts. What we can do is we can browse to the gun. Should not have been pistol updated. It should have just been pistol. And then duplicate pistol. Let's go. Let's do O2 because this will replace that one later on anyway. Logic is more important. We can get the rig working later. Exactly, and if we've got the blueprints down here, we can just animate it that way. Show game, hello. Just joined your Patreon. Awesome, thank you so much. Genuinely, every little helps. Got a letter today from about rent, and they're putting it up. So it genuinely does help a lot. which is always fun. Okay, where were we? We're in Unreal. We duplicated U pistol 2. This one's going to need a lot of recoding because we're about to remove the skeletal mesh. Add static mesh. Pistol underscore body. Pistol body. And then we can position this to be in the same place. There we go. Pistol body. We'll have to sort all that one out afterwards. Replace scale mesh. Think. Don't know why my hands move so far away. Might have to rejig the whole grab component anyway, just to make sure it's working correctly. Let's get this just real rough. There we go. Yep, I know that's going to happen because we broke all of the references. Starting with pistol. We need you. So, weapon pistol. Do it in here. Pistol, that's fine. Pistol, weapon pistol, it's all good. Get rid of things slowly. Say play animation no longer works. We haven't got any. Play animation no longer works. Got no sockets to get sounds. We'll keep all of that. I'll just disconnect it. We don't care about shooting right now. We just want to be able to grab the muzzle. Okay. Grab component. Let's put one of these in the scene and we'll see what happens. Yeah. Let's go. We good? Yeah, we should be good. Okay. So as long as there's some kind of use case, we should be alright. I can't remember if I changed the grab body to VR interactable, which I need to do. Otherwise we can't grab it. Cool. Not falling, that's fine, we can fix it. Okay. We're rotated around the wrong way, but we've got animations. I need to fix the grab component rotation, which is all good. And we need to do the top one. Oh, I don't know where that went. One thing at a time. Okay. Pistol. Grab component. Which way is the original pistol's grab component? There we go. Cool. And then we have a. Now I've got to check the rifle because I've already set this up with the rifle. We just got to do it the same way. I'm going to put this on my other monitor. That way I can still see the chat, see how I've done this, and then we can go from there. Okay. So pistol, we're going to have a... keep that. Audio, keep that. Widget, keep that. Add a static mesh. Pistol, for slider. Pistol slider. So I would ask, can we have an arrow in the grab component? You could probably add one in the grab component, but I don't think there's an easy way of adding. You could add component to component, but you can't tell the grab component to have a visual arrow. You could probably add an arrow, but I'm not too sure if it's going to point the right direction. See, there we go. So even that one's the wrong way, and that's a child of this. Although you could reset this to 0, 0, 0, and it's still off. So you just need to make sure that you're on the correct axis. It's easier to just test it. It's a bit of a pain. It is a real big pain, but it's still handy. Okay. Pistol, spline. Weapon, pistol, save. So we're back to having a reasonably looking gun. That's good. And then we can add a grab component. Where's the grab component? See grab component, right. See grab component. Slider. This needs to be VR interactable. Pretty sure that's how I have the one on the right. I don't. Oh, this is block all dynamic. Strange. Let's keep it as the one I've got in the other blueprint, and we'll see how it goes from there. We're going to move this grab component up. And then it's technically a stationary interactable, so we'll leave that on like so. We can add snap and location. This climbing animation, this like hand rig that I made, is so good. Okay. It's the right hand. Climbing ladder. Slider. Where do I have a slider one? There we go. So this one's right. Duplicate. Left. Won't have the correct animation because we've only just got one, which is set to the right. But we can rotate this around, get it roughly right about that. It should line up. Cool. I'll save all. Pistol slider. This. Might actually be able to do. No, you need two different animations. So we'll have two different hands. Left, right. Cool. Slider. And then we should just be able to put the spline in. This is what we need to make sure is in the correct place. Not too sure which way I've got the other one. I think it's that way. This one, cool. We'll put this in the same place. Oh, there, we can change the length afterwards. Slider spline. Vent. I'm just going to copy all of this in here. Because this can probably be added to a component. Honestly, I could probably do a spline component and pass the data into this, and it would just be fine. Create variable. So slider. I know it was renamed correctly, but I just want to make sure we're actually using the correct ones. I also I needed to remove those before I pushed the update. Damn. Too late. Okay. Spline. Still slide. Spline. Bolt. Try that. If we're lucky, it will just work. But knowing how I look on these streams, it will not work. I can see my pass-through environment through my headset, and I don't know why. Come on. That's a good sign. Cool. With a decent animation on there, you could do it really nicely. Okay. Pistol. I gotta remember, is it just... Do I just need to enable physics? Does that simulate physics? I can't remember why skeletal meshes just fall down and this one doesn't. That's also the wrong one. So it'd be handy if we're in the right one, where it's probably got simulate physics is off. Cool. You can grab the top of it. I might need to do something with that. So you can't do that. Cool. The right hand, so it puts it on the right hand side. Same as the left hand. So if I build it properly, have it like that. What I could do is actually set both of these. I don't know what's going to happen here. Whoa. Okay. One thing at a time. Cool. So then we've got... Should have removed this one as well. Separate selection. I need to export that back out. Pistol body. export this one. Where do I put the pivot? We'd have this one attached to a spline when we overlap something, so I think it would go in there. Panda VR, yo! Welcome to the stream. Okay. Origin of geometry. I think the pivot would be there. This is one we're gonna have to play with. Because it's easy enough to just have overlap, but I think you would need another spline that once it hits the overlap, it attaches to the spline and then moves up the length of it. The underscore magazine, set origin 3D cursor, file, FBX. Export. Cool. But no texture, the gun reminds me of the Doom 3 gun. Just saw 5.4. The amount of updates is crazy. It is. I'm having some weird issues with it. The GDXR template works in 5.4, but the default VR template doesn't for me. But I really want to take a look at it. Import magazine. So there we go. We got a magazine now. We can re-import the body, which will be fine. Go from there. I'm trying to figure out why I'm grabbing the top grab point. I might have to build something into the grab system that says if it's not holding a snapped or free object, then it can't grab a stationary one. If it's been used, oh no, I'd have to put that into the grab. Or I could have it as enable grab. I think my grab component, I've got that. Grab component. So yeah, it can grab. If I set this to true, I could do pistol, grab component slider, can grab. I set this to false. And then when I grab the trigger, we get the slider, get set can grab to true. And then set can grabbed. Oh, other way. There we go. False. So now everything else should still work. And I shouldn't be able to grab the pistol by the slide. So now we go up to it. I can still grab it. Oh, it might be something to do with the hand snap system. It might have to check to see if the grab thing's done that. Okay. Alright. Show games. What's wrong with the default VR template? So, if I open a default VR template and I try building for Android and launching it on my Quest Pro, it just comes up with the Unreal Engine infinite loading. It won't do it. But if I take the GDXR template, convert it to UE4, which I've done here, and then build this template, it works. And I don't know why. I've got a feeling it's some kind of project setting that's just not playing nicely. But I haven't tried with any other headsets. Harriam, hello. Welcome to the stream. Trying to make some guns. I want to try grab. Character controller. We want to go inside this. Attach hand to object. Nearest scene component. Snap location. Local nearest grab component. Local nearest grab component. Get. Get can grab. Try this. That's the main one. That's the fun one. It's like I can do that. But with a pistol, it bounces around. Whoa. That was a bug. Wasn't also meant to do that. Okay. But if I grab it in front, it just goes to the hand. And then bounces around. Oh, the pistols don't seem happy. Oh, I got something in my eye. Oh, I got something in my eye. I can't see anything. Oh, there we go. Back. But I'm facing occlusion culling problems from last month on mobile devices. I'm not able to solve that. There is no occlusion culling on UE5 for mobile anyway. I've just joined a Discord and also share my problem in the Discord general help. Okay. Occlusion culling problems why flashes on mobile devices. Wait then. I don't think that's an occlusion culling problem. So this is it. This is a terrain problem. So the way a terrain level works is it's loaded in with grids. And this is what you're seeing here. They're loading in, but it's not fast enough. I would avoid using the landscape tool. I tell people in Discord all the time is that you don't want to use the landscape tool on mobile VR or mobile dev in general because it's so expensive. What you would want to do is you want to use a custom static mesh, and that'll give you more control over it. Don't know if this has got the same one. That one's the culling one. But I thought they removed occlusion culling from UE. That's why everyone was so annoyed. Yeah, it's having issues with the mesh. See, my first instinct would just be to go to project settings and then rendering. And you can't have problems with occlusion culling if you turn it off. This probably destroyed my game. The other way to do it is inside of static meshes, or typically inside of meshes, you got a distance, and then you used to be able to adjust it. But I'm pretty sure software occlusion culling on mobile does not work in UE5 at all. I thought they removed it, or is it just for VR? UE5. UE5 are missing performant occlusion culling. Is a fix coming soon? As many people are already aware, experienced this issue firsthand. UE5 is not well suited for mobile VR projects with complex levels. There's no performance-friendly occlusion culling technique present. This was October last year. No, 2 years ago. Um, I can't remember if there's a example in this. And I just closed to come back in. This is the right one. But yeah, I don't know if they've added this back in, which is why I just turn it off. Because if I don't turn it off as well, I get like a performance hit of like 45 FPS. Like the project takes an absolute tanking. They removed software occlusion culling. They did when they released UE5 because they replaced it with Nanite, but then Nanite doesn't work on mobile devices, so it kind of screwed up. It didn't work together. So I would turn it off. Yeah, that's the same issue about going on. Yeah, you need to do level streaming, and then you can control what's on the screen. Not as well. There's still going to be some issues, but you need to take that into account. When I turn off occlusion culling, my FPS drops about 5 to 10. There's probably the landscape. It's probably your terrain. Terrain on mobile is extremely expensive just because it tessellates. It adapts its resolution based on it. It gets pretty high. It's also calculating on frame when it's trying to do that, which is why you want to use static meshes as your terrain meshes, and then you can use LODs on those based on distance to reduce that down. Plus, if you're doing an Android game or a mobile game, you don't really need to do an open world. You shouldn't really do an open world. I don't know why this is not firing. This should be further down, shouldn't it? Um, Hand grab is true, that's fine. False. Hand grab false. Okay, let's try this. Get back to it. Right. That's because this goes to false and it should finish all the way through. Um, this one is figuring out whereabouts we put this. Just double checking that was true by default. Finger. Yeah. But no errors, which was good. Snap doesn't need that because it's not. We don't always use a grab component. So we set this afterwards. So that's always going to be false. Don't understand why the pistols are the only ones that like bounce around. All right, let's just remove you. We'll figure this out afterwards. True, it goes through. I generally thought that would have been fine there. We get the nearest grab component if it's true. False, it means we can't grab it. Pistol 2 can grab. Set to false. Just go straight through. The hell am I missing? Local nearest grab component. Yeah. Can grab. False, we just clear it before it fires the other line sequence. Why are you bouncing around? This guy doesn't do it. Put it down. Grab. But the pistols are like, nah, mate. I'm just gonna go on an adventure. Slider. Take a look. See, if I'm close to it, it's fine. But if I'm not, I don't know why that started happening. So if I grab it, it defaults to the other grip component, which it should just does. It shouldn't go through here. Why don't I do it before all of this happens? No, because I still need the local one, don't I? What's happening? Oh, we crashed. Alright, this has crashed. Give me a second. I'm gonna go. I think it should fix itself. I'm gonna go grab a drink real quick. There we go. Local nearest grab component. I need to. I need to figure out what's going on here. Slider. Only when we grab the object or grab the component should we be able to actually interact with it. So here we get the local grab component nearest to the motion controller hand. So this is the closest one. It's going to be our grip, or our slider in this case. And then if it's not set to can grab, that's set to false, then we just clear the local nearest grab component. Do I need to skip this somehow? No, this line doesn't even fire. We've got the grab component. We go through. Grab component. Print string. Can grab. We want to see what happens with this. Welcome back. Thank you. Let's do it. So that's fine. Hand. The attach hand is firing. So, how are we firing? Component length is greater than. And then we do our own check here. So narrow this down. Attach hand still fires. So one of these lines is still going. That one's not. So my guess is the top line is. How in the ever-loving crap is this firing if it's not doing this? Oh, that's going down here. But it's firing attached hand. Don't I don't understand the logic. Even though I built it. There we go. Can't grab. Booleans the Boolean's coming out as false, but the code's firing as though it's true. You what? Does anybody get how that worked? The Boolean's firing false, but this whole line of code at the top is firing. I don't fully understand. So the top line's firing and the left one. Ah, we're doing a bloody for loop through it. So we're hitting both of them. It's firing the second one. Okay. Okay. Do once. Tracking. Fix those holsters next time. So many bugs. I think that worked. So this whole line of code now fires on the do once. This update's gonna get launched by Epic. I'm gonna have to immediately fix it. Okay. Still grabbed on the side. Okay, definitely have to do it so you can't grab those. The logic is still working. So let me tidy this up. Component. Why can't I see my local nearest grab component? There we go. Don't think there's an easier way to make this tidy. Okay. So now in all the other blueprints, we would essentially have the grab component set to off, set to false, unless I'm grabbing it, and then I can enable those inputs or those sliders afterwards, which does work. That adds a lot of support to it, a lot of control. Okay, we need a new page because I've already submitted this. Submitted to Epic. Should be good. Rename. What am I listening to? I started by listening to Evangelica? Or which one was it? Evangelion, that was it. Evangelica. Yeah, I was listening to Neon Genesis and now I'm on Rye 3? I don't know what that is. Oh, more Neon Genesis. Okay. Should be able to duplicate this. What are we talking about? The music I'm listening to. I didn't know what it was. But it's Evangelion. That's a page. I went to grab something to drink. It's literally just talking about music. I didn't know what I was listening to. Save. Contents. Continue editing. Save. Wait, I want to copy this. I just copy this page over and just remove the content. Oh, that should be fine. Removed. Excellent. Bug fixes. Cool. That is handy. Especially for this one. I'm listening to Firefox in the background. Cool. Can grab. I don't want to. I don't want to say this. The pistol's been upgraded because it's not. It's, if anything, it's been downgraded because there's no animations, there's no sound effects, and it's just a static mesh. The benefit is a static mesh is cheaper to calculate than a skeletal mesh. These still need to be rigged. We do now actually need to do a magazine blueprint. See, the thing is, I haven't actually planned how I want to do this properly. I've never used another weapon system, so I don't know the best approach to set this up, which is why I'm kind of keeping it as basic as possible. Which I think would work. So we can only grab based on the hand location now, which is fine. So just take those and just rotate them down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set the material for the pistol stuff to two-sided. So that way we can't see through it. Changes. Pistol materials now set two-sided. That's fine. I'm gonna put this on the monitor. Now it's all good. We can say it's a performance upgrade. The thing is, even though it's a performance upgrade, I can guarantee you people will complain. People want to kind of just go for it. So even though I never actually wanted to do weapons in the template, never really wanted to do it, but since everything else after the redesign was so freaking easy to work with, which I don't know why I didn't do it in the first place, because the whole hand snap system, the grab component stuff is so easy to work with. I was like, why not just do it as a prototype? I don't have to go over the top with it. I don't have to do data tables and weapon types and bullets in the magazines. Just basically have to have it so you grab an object, grab a gun, rack it back, and then put it in, and then eject it. I think that's fine. And then go from there. But I would really like some kind of animation in it. It just makes things look really nice, and especially because I want to do a trailer for this version now. So I want to do a trailer for this. I want to upgrade the whole environment. I want to make the whole thing look really nice. Especially if I can get it to work on 5.4 with the new mobile HDR stuff. Imagine that. Reflections and muzzle flashes having bloom effects on mobile VR. It'd be so nice. Like it is called the Ultimate VR template, and I want it to feel like that. Okay, so what we do need to do is actually create a new blueprint. Shine, is that possible with Quest 3? It's kinda yeah. Wait there. Let's hover over not my emails. Crap. Where's Discord? Yeah, this one. Where is it? Where's my announcements channel? I moved it around and I keep losing stuff. So in here, in the release notes, we actually have for 5.4 the ability to enable mobile HDR. They rebuilt it. So they added Vulkan custom resolve plus tone map subpass to support mobile HDR on MetaQuest devices. So if you can get that working in 5.4 using deferred rendering on mobile, then you should in theory be able to do stuff like bloom and have like muzzle flashes and all that kind of stuff, which would be really nice. I'm still on Quest 2, but I'm going to upgrade soon. You might need to upgrade. I don't think the performance-wise, because it's still definitely going to be a hit. But yeah, in 5.4, you should be able to do some cool stuff. Shine, wait, mobile HDR works. Yeah, only in 5.4. Just to reiterate, it only works in 5.4. And that is that's in theory it works. I haven't seen it work. I can't get a build out of the default template using UE5. Should I load it? Oh, I'm upgrading to 5.4. Only upgrade to 5.4 if you're not using the MetaXR plugin. I'm not here to like tell everybody to move over to 5.4. It's, in my opinion, it's still in preview. It released out of preview yesterday, but it should have been in another preview release. It doesn't seem sorted. But don't just go upgrading just because of mobile HDR. You still need to know the limitations of your project and how you can make the most of it. You can't just put your project in there, enable mobile HDR, and then hope it's going to run. Because I guarantee you there's going to be quite the performance hit. Weapons, blueprint class, actor, BP underscore, pistol, magazine, the magazine. Trace, I am on Quest 2. It's not possible for me to upgrade to Quest 3. They're in India room. Sucks. Static mesh. Full magazine. VR interactable. Um, run out component. We'll move that down to the bottom. Rotation's going to be way off, but let's just do 80, 90 anyway. Because I think that's what we use for everything else. Pistol, 80, 90, yeah. We'll see what happens. Snap. The difficulty with this one is we're going to have to tell the hand that we've released it or move through. So we got to consider how it goes in. I don't know if we need something. Okay, grab component. Snap hand location. I'm going to keep this hand as it is. Left. Let's do a slider. I'm going to move it down a little bit. The hand animations are going to be completely off. Okay. There we go. Starting mesh. We're going to need a collision. And that's going to be used to detect the other collision, or the gun. Let's see if we can at least grab it. Try this. It's not going to work, but we just want to be able to pick up a gun and pick up a magazine. And then it's going to wait till we put the headset on. Why am I on the floor? Change the right hand. Okay, it's way off on the grab component, but should be all right. And then we can just kind of like do that. So we need to. The next step is have a collision on the bottom, and then to detect when we're overlapping. Okay. It would be nice to come up with a way to detect which way this grab component is actually facing. So one. Still body. Box collision. We might need to set up a custom collision channel. So this doesn't fire with something else. Okay. So now event graph is going to happen in the gun. Big box. Rename magazine detection. Where we go, we need on component begin overlap. Print string. Hit actor just to double check that we're actually hitting the magazine. I think I turned my music off. Here it is. This collision, magazine detection, is looking for anything that's dynamic. This is where we could probably do with changing this around so it only detects magazines, and then you would have a check to be like, is this magazine for a pistol? So what you also need to do is you need to have variables inside of the magazine to store like ammo counts. So like, does this magazine have like 12 rounds or 6? So when you overlap it, you would have to read that through the actual gun. Let me close some of these tabs. And then pull that into the main gun so you know which one's doing it. Which isn't really all that difficult. We can have a bunch of custom events and event dispatchers and stuff to handle that logic. But what I'm not too sure about the guns overlapped each other, which is why they went off. Which we wouldn't want to happen. We would want to stop that calculation from firing, so a custom channel would also be good there. And then so magazine, like that. Cool. So we can detect the magazine, which is great. Let's do a custom collision channel so we know it's already set up. Collisions, VR interactable, handle, climbable, new object channel, name. Weapon magazine, default response, overlap. VR interactable, weapon magazine, default response, overlap. That should be okay. I always say that, and something inevitably absolutely fucks up. Okay, so we take pistol, magazine detection, collision presets. Should I got to add a new one, haven't I? Who's been enabled through improving physics? Weapon magazine. Is this a magazine or a weapon? Should be okay. Except magazine. Okay, just leave that as it is. I don't want to mess with those too much. Because every time I do, I break something. So now magazine detection, collision preset. Should be in here when I have to compile. Magazine detection. Cool. And then we make sure that the pistol magazine box collision is a magazine. Static mesh. And that can say VR interactable. So now when we press play, those guns shouldn't trigger each other. Cool. So now, we are preview. Oh, it did all of them. What? Oh, it might be the channels. Still detecting the other ones. Still the collision channel. Project settings. Magazine detection. Neural. Weapon magazine. Try that one. There we go. And it only detects the one magazine. It doesn't detect other actors. Cool. So we have now added. Did I just put in major changes? Major changes. Collision. That's cool. So, Galvanic, finally changed my YouTube account name to my Discord name. Makes it so much easier. Young Money Future. How do you create mixture out nav mesh and nav mesh links? It depends how you spawn them in, but you would typically have them as part of the actor. And then you can kind of go from there. I do plan on doing a video over on Patreon for the 13-part series on there. For the mixed reality series. So that it would be on there soon. Once I've taken a look into it. Okay. Magazine, gun, they're detecting. So if the pistol overlaps with it, then we need to set up a whole bunch of spline detection. Crap. Slider spline, we're going to duplicate this. It'll be magazine spline. Magazine spline. The thing with this is going to be the pivot point. I can guarantee you the pivot point of the magazine is going to be the main issue here. So we know when we grab it, it starts off at the first point and then it moves back. So in this case, we're going to start off down here and then we're going to move up. So we take this spline point and it's going to be something like that. So then when we hit the overlap, we attach the magazine or the blueprint in this case, which makes it more difficult, to it and then to go in. However, we can do attach actor to components. So attach actor to actor. Target is the actor we're overlapping, which is going to be the magazine. Parent is going to be self. Set world location. The actor location to our spline start point. Wait there. Magazine spline. Get. Which one is the first spline point? Get location at spline point. And I think they're both on world. Yeah. So when we overlap it, it's going to attach the magazine actor to the gun. it then needs to get the grab component. Get component by class. It's only going to have one. Grab component. Try release. And then that's going to be the hand. So we get hand grabbed, and then we release that hand. The problem with this one, I've got a feeling it's going to fall to the ground. We're going to have to disable the simulate physics. Let's try this. We're going to try attach it to the thing. We'll see what happens with the set actor location. Then we'll try the release, and then we'll sort the physics out. I need to fix these hands. It's so bad. Overlapping? It's not doing anything. That would be handy. We tell the actor. What we'll do is we'll get a variable to the magazine as well. I don't think it's updating because... Oh, there it is. So it's attached. Up, 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 up. Okay, we got some physics stuff we got to sort out. That's cool. What we're going to do is we're going to do the try release first. It didn't fall. We might not have to do any physics stuff actually. Apart from stop it from pushing the gun away. Should be easy enough. Don't know if they're in the gun. No. Let's do... Try and get this try release to work. So when we overlap it, we want it to fall down. That should help us break down what's happening. I need to move the player as well, so I'm closer to these. Try release might be setting the physics back or detaching it. Where is it? Can we see it anywhere? Is it attached with bad positioning or locations? Try to see in the mesh if we've just attached them somewhere else. I don't know why I keep sticking up my finger. Really annoying. Attach actor to actor. Okay. We then did that one, and that fixed the position. Pushing it away. Are we reading that? Because it was working. Getting overlaps. There we go. We're attaching it. That's to the spline. Collisions are all messed up. I want to check the try grab. Try release. Enable physics on release. False. Install 2. Try release. Enable physics on release. I think we have simplest complex collision turned on, but if that's on, simulate physics won't work. I don't think they're on there. Otherwise, we'd be getting a whole bunch of warnings. Back to it. So we attach it and it immediately falls. Okay, that's fine. That is the actor, not the grab component, magazine, static mesh. Simulate physics is off. Is that why they're not falling down? Yeah. Pistol magazine, simulate physics is going to be on. The thing is, every time we release it, so that's fine. Grab component, what's happening is we grab, we do try release, and then it's enabling set primitive component physics. Try this. What? Set physics on release. Enable physics on release. Go through. Magazine. VR interactable. Grab component. That's the magazine. It should be set to snap. Oh, come on. Come on, hands. Track. There you go. Hmm. Keep relative set actor location. Oh, if I disable, so I enabled physics there. Magazine, static mesh, disable physics. Then it works. So we need to get owner. Gas, cast to, and do. Is it player? Somewhere where I'm casting to the mesh component. There it is. Install. To that simulate physics to false. And then we disable physics on the grab component as well. Otherwise, it's going to fall. I basically turn it back on. So if this wasn't here, so this turns it off. If this wasn't here, it would just turn it back on when we release the hand. That's the idea anyway. I might have to move this forward before the set actor location. If we get the magazine, we're hitting it. Although we're not doing it when we're holding it with our hand. Strange. Okay, how can I use online subsystem on MetaQuest 2? I need to create a dedicated server and ideas. No. it, the online subsystem is a complex system. Really complex. Best bet is to just check the documentation. Because you've got the Oculus online subsystem and you've got the Epic's online subsystem. It's up to you what you use. Yeah. Working, but if I do pistol magazine, disable physics. Detecting it at all. Magazine detection. Magazine detection. Should just overlap itself. You stop deleting this print string. We got collision. We colliding. So we can collide if we're not holding the magazine. But as soon as we grab the magazine, box collision stops. We grab one. Now we can detect it. Okay. Don't know what that was about. Okay, we can detect it. Set actor location. There, I don't know if that's going to do it. Get the actor root component. Oh, what's our magazine's root component? Default scene root. Let's change that. There we go. It rotated around. Okay, figure out one thing at a time. So that break it? Okay, let's see if we can make this move in to the gun. The grab component, chances are that'll be okay once I've fixed it. Promote variable. Current magazine. True. True. Magazine. We do all this, we attach it to the spline, or we move it to the spline so it looks seamless. It just snaps quickly there. And then we'll move it, we'll use a timeline or a timer to move it up. I might do a timeline. I do a timeline, I can make it look like it goes in and then goes back up. Unless we do it so you gotta hit it twice. Do we do that? Do we do it so you grab the pistol, you load it, attaches, and then it releases the hand, and then you've got to hit it from the bottom to put it back in? Which would just take another collision, but we'd have to turn it on or off. Because our hands actually have a collision already. It's why we can use the sliding stuff. Like this one, we can use that. We can do the same thing, but for the magazine. So it actually like goes in and out. Which might feel quite nice. So we do this, we basically have a pistol magazine. And then rename magazine detection collision. And then we duplicate that. And then magazine push detection. Yeah, it's fine. Does what it's supposed to do. Cool. So that one, the magazine push detection, is going to be set up the same way as the sliding button. Which I can't remember which way I had this. Static mesh, hand collision. Uh, why can't I see hand collision? Am I going blind? Object type, hand collision. Okay, it's custom. Okay. So that should read when we're hitting the base of it, which is fine. But the other actor needs to know about it to slide it up. So this one, magazine push detection, on component begin overlap. Hand slide magazine, by default it's going to be false. So it's true, and we're going to do that by begin play. Oh, which one? Which one? Which one? Event dispatcher. Slide magazine. Gun. I can rename all of these when I need to. Slide magazine and gun. That's fine. Where are you? And slide in magazine. Plug that into there. Refresh these. And then in the pistol, we can get the current magazine. And then we can call. We should be able to. Slide magazine and event. Oh, we need to. Is actor of class. Oh, we have a dispatcher. We have a dispatcher. I don't have to cast to it, but I'm going to just cast to do a test. Cast to magazine. If it's true, call slide magazine into gun. True. Okay. Do I need it the other way? Call can slide into magazine, so we're basically from the pistol, we're telling the magazine that we can actually slide it in. If we can slide it in, we're just going to check the overlap. Magazine is sliding. Sliding. Call. Pistol would be like this. So we take that one. Current magazine. Slide magazine is sliding. Print string. Sliding in magazine. Hopefully this updates when we do this. Let's try it. Let's go. I can feel it vibrating. Cool. Sliding in magazine. Okay. So we need to basically do this code now. But instead of a timer, actually we do. Do that. Event. Slide in magazine. Try this. The problem right now is this isn't going to track over time. String. Okay. Magazine spline. Try this. Might have to do. I don't think you can get. Can you get actor? Get actor location, and then the actor location instead of this one. I have no idea what's going to happen, but we'll try. Because if we're moving the actor, it's going to be much better than moving the component. Because if we eject it and then go to try and grab it again, it's going to be in a different place. We might also need a way to move the spline point. So firing. So what I think we need to do is pass in. Let's do that. Plays current magazine. That's fine. Magazine spline. Motion controller, slider, motion controller. So we need the motion controller for the position. So this one is incorrect. This needs to be the motion controller. So in our magazine is sliding. Uh, it's not going to be the motion controller. I could get the grab component, so when we pick it up, it then goes through. But the problem is, it's not going to be the right one. Print string for the component. All we need to do is see if we can actually get the motion controller rather than the collision box. If we can, that'll be fine. Grab from distance. Why am I in grab from distance? I don't even need that. Okay, grab component, close U, magazine. That's fine. Pistol. You are what I want to disconnect. So let's have a look. I didn't get a chance to read that. Oh, come on. Okay, U, and then hit palm collision. So we're getting the palm collision, which is wrong. Get owner's going to get the actor. Get parent components. We just need the motion controller on overlap. That's the problem. Wait, let's do this as though you can't load it from the table. you'd have to grab the actor and then hold it. I think that's going to be the best way to do it. Because I could always do first hand grabbed, motion controller, promoted variable. So this is the motion controller holding the pistol. And then I could feed that through. Magazine is sliding. Motion controller. There we go. Operation notes. Motion controller. Like so. So when we grab it, we get a reference to it. We can see that here. And then promoted variable. Sliding motion controller. In there like so. Get world location, plug you in. Something like this. So grab one of them, grab one of these, attach it. Charges is falling down. Although I don't clear it, so if I can do, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. What the hell is happening? Why am I bouncing around on my guns? Thing. Sorry, what's going on? Was zoned out for a bit. That's alright. Just weapons are messing up. Been an absolute nightmare. So we set it in there, we get the magazine. Current magazine. Magazine is sliding. The magazine core can slide in. That's here, that's fine. If it can slide in, then we go core magazine is sliding. Pass in the motion controller. That's what move across motion control static mesh. Okay, that's what I've got wrong. Pistol actor current magazine, that needs to be in there. That's pretty sure that's what's going on. I was moving the whole pistol while I was holding it. There it goes. So it moved up. So it moved to the top of the spline. But it didn't follow the motion controller. All the rotations are so completely effed. What's that? Get distracted. The problem here is I'm doing multiple different things. Plus the grab component is just in the wrong orientation. I have no idea which is the correct way around. See if I can get this. Way. This is what I had before. There we go. Spinning. Because the timer's not being redone. Bye bye. Kinda. Problem is it doesn't slide. Bottom. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna disable the bottom one for now. Okay. Ignore hand collision, so it won't slide up. Rotate around again. So there's an issue with the rotation. Rotation. Snap to target. Scale. Keep relative. Snap to target. Location. Snap to target. This one's wrong. We then need to do set world rotation for the actual thing. Because that one works. And as soon as I release, it falls. Which is fine. Okay. So we've got that down. We've got it going in. The magazine spline is a little bit too long. Might be too far. Doesn't matter. Go through. Try release grab component. Get component by class. This is going to be so cool if we can get this working. So it attaches, but then as soon as I release my hand, it detaches the magazine, or it detaches the actor. So inside the grab component, we're going to need an option for try release grab component. There we go. Okay. So what's happening was it's using the try release and it enables the physics back on. So what I could do is, if it's in a gun, we then change the grab component type. So, actually, I could have, where is it? No. Grab type. I could have one in here for magazine. Magazine snap. Magazine? What's magazine? Magazine. Magazine snap. Then in the grab component, magazine snap goes to that one. Actually, no, it's going to be set to there, and then try grab will be magazine snap, will be to you. So magazine, grab type, magazine snap. So now I shouldn't have to do this. Let's try it. Cool. And then we can push it right back on in there. Let's go. And then magazine. The detection is going to be the issue with this. We need to make sure that we're detecting it on continuous. So magazine enabled. We hit it. That's fine. Pretty sure that's the right one. Weapon magazine. Collision. Overlap. Overlap. Bank graph. Magazine push detection. Can slide in. That's fine. If it is, then we call magazine is sliding with the motion controller pistol 2. Magazine is sliding. We get the sliding motion controller, and then we move it along. Hopefully this should slide back and forth then. Actually, I'm going to do... Let's do you. Slid into the wrong place. That might be because I didn't grab it. Grab in, and then it just goes straight back up. Getting it. I got these the wrong way around. No, because the start position is here. So we set it to the world location. Update motion controller. See what this says. We're already reading a timer. I don't know why. Motion controller left. Oh, it's sliding the wrong way. Put it in. It's way off. But it does follow the hand. It needs adjusting a lot. Wrench. Money. Still 2. It's greater than, it's typically at the end, so we can pause. Pause timer by function name. We're just going to do this one for now. And then pistol, magazine, spline. Move back. And then move up. I'm on track. There we go. I don't know why the sliding is so far off. Are we using... We're not using the collision. We need to use the palm collision, not the motion controller. That might make life easier. And then if it's equal to, we test it. We're making progress. Not much progress, but we're making progress. So this sliding motion controller is not what we need. Magazine. We need the overlap with the palm collision. Primitive component object reference. Collision will be way more accurate. Go into there. And then I don't know why it doesn't let me go down to see my variables properly. I'm looking for the wrong ones. Into there. You. I can't remember what this value needs to be. Why am I getting all of these motion control left messages? It's like it's not being cleared in the last round. Okay. In. False. Hit. It's so far off. It's so far off. I think it's going to be on the Z that I can add like 10 to. But I'm not sure. What's the catch? I'm not sure why it would be so far off. I'm going to try this, see what happens. If it's true, pause timer, palm collision. We want the current magazine. Get. Oh, we would get the collisions and basically stop all of them, but I might have to do that manually. Might be easier to do. Let's have a look, see what happens with that plus 10. Oh, that's better. See. Fine, it's because we didn't grab it. I'll sort that one out afterwards. Um, uh, yeah. And then, what's a good game that has VR weapons? Um, oh, I do best VR weapons. Best guns of virtual reality. George, Alex. You know, it's probably worth me just installing that again, and then we can do it on stream. You can like take a look at it because we've got systems in place now to do all of this. Go away. Other screen. Library. Half-Life Alex. Install. There we go. I immediately start Steam and get messages for playing Helldivers. See, I hate physics-based weapons. They're so inaccurate. Uh, like, I'm not after full-blown accuracy, but we just want implementation so people can then build onto it and add what they need. That's the whole point. What I'm interested in is pistols, essentially. Just Half-Life. I need like the best game pistols. I'm back. Got some food as well. Nice. Oh, I'm starving. I can't wait. Wait till family gets back, and then we're gonna have poke bowls. Gonna make some. Right now, I'm trying to figure out guns. So I don't play. It sounds really bad. I don't play a lot of VR games, especially shooters. So trying to think of the mechanics and how to make that feel nice enough that it can be part of a project is what I'm trying to figure out. Um, I quite like it as it is. It's simple enough that people can build onto, but it's complicated enough that it adds new functionality to the template. So that if I grab it and put it in, and then if I slide it, we can then slide it up until it locks, and then we're good to go. While also racking back. So we've got to pass information between all of these now, and also do a press Y to eject the magazine. That's kind of where we're on next. But I just wanted to see how we can go from there. Joe, I hope I'm saying the name right. Joe, a basic weapons bench would be nice. It's pretty much what we've got here. Except, yes, it would be nice to improve all of this. Make it look nicer and get it all working properly. Oh, I cannot play for a long time, and also Devon VR. I can't. I honestly, I can't play that many VR games. It just make me sick. Alex is really good. I do. Oh, I press play on videos. Uh, Wait, there. I've got a random window playing audio, and I can't know. There it is. But yeah, I could not find one on the marketplace. What could you not find on the marketplace? Like a weapons bench? Is that just not a normal table? Or do you mean one where you can actually go up to it and modify weapons? Because that is a whole system you would need to build custom. Every single person's going to want a different style of game. Because if I was just building somebody a Half-Life clone, I'd just build a Half-Life clone. True. Yeah, that's the thing. Because this is a marketplace asset and it's actually for sale, I need to keep into account how people are going to use it. I don't need to take it over the top and do like flicking like single shot or full auto on the side. I don't really need to do all of that. People can build that in now. It's just providing enough content that it's you can build onto it, or in most cases, let's say you're doing an e-learning application or an ArcViz project where you don't need guns, you can just strip it all out, delete it, and it's not going to impact anything, which is exactly what we're doing here. That's what I need to try and keep in mind, because like a lot of people in the stream probably building games, but I can guarantee you about 90% of the user base for the template right now are doing e-learning applications, hospital stuff, where you don't need guns. If I'm that's it. That's pretty much the reality. Uh, Same here, working on UE almost out of the day and playing in VR at the end of the day doesn't work for me either. Yeah, I can't do it. I just can't stand it. If I'm gonna play a game, it's gonna be something like Pistol Whip, and then I gotta play it in the morning, so it boosts me up for the rest of the day. We just need a working set so we can build a lot on top of it. Exactly that. We just need a working version that is solid enough that people can use as a foundation to build on top of. Because right now, this template is the only one that has all of this functionality and the weapon stuff. It was previously that you would have to pretty much get this or get the template and then go on the marketplace and find a gun kit and then mix it in. Now you don't need to. It's all built into the one template. So when the new version goes live, I'll be putting the price up just to account for all of this. So keep that in mind if anybody's watching this and hasn't got it yet. And if you don't have it, you can get it from the Epic Games Marketplace. Let's do a shameless little plug. I work on it enough. I might as well plug it. Marketplace. There we go. Well, this whole page needs updating and everything else. But doing really good on reviews. There is like 2 of them. I'll bring it down. But they said that they'd rewrite them once I've got the bugs fixed. And I've fixed that in the new update. So once that goes live, they should change. Which would be really nice. From that, that'd be nice. Can you give me an average amount of time when you would be upgrading the price? I really don't know. I was gonna do it as soon as the new update by Epic is put up on there. I was gonna upgrade it then. Put the price up. Uh, so it's better to get it sooner than later. Um, Zachary, very true. I plan to use tooling in my applications such as multimeters and torque wrenches, so that modularity is pretty desired. Yeah, so that's pretty much where it comes into here, is trying to figure out with that modularity what you really need. If you're doing an e-learning application, you don't need climbing, just strip it out. That's fine. But you might need the UI interaction stuff, the gears interaction, HUD elements, hand menus, and not just the guns, but having the multi-interaction system set up on there. So let's say, for example, you've got a multimeter. You could grab the multimeter, and then you can have another grab point at the top, and then you can pull something off it to probe things. That's all kind of built into this now, but you've got to just build that in there. So that's it. I'm not making a gun template. I'm making an everything template, and that's why it's such a pain in the ass to try and figure out. Trying to keep things modular and contained as well is a big one. Very. As well as a basic inventory. I would love to do an inventory next. I really, really would love to do an inventory system next. Even if it's just a backpack. Just having a backpack where you can put items in it. It'll be good from there. That's exactly what we want. Awesome work. Nice. Yeah, you could do that with an actor. So we've got in here, let's say this gun has multi interaction stuff. So there's different areas with grab points. There's nothing stopping you from either combining blueprints to have one actor, which is a multi-reader, and then another actor, child actor in there, which has its own grab component and stuff like that. And you can go from there. It's up to you how you code it at the end of the day. But the whole systems and the idea of how I'm building them is to match that logic of different projects as well. But yeah, Galvanic, done, bought it. Awesome, thank you so much. Now I can put the price up and I don't have to worry. Don't have to feel like the bad guy. But yeah, it's a very popular product. If 50% of the people who own it left a review, it would be so insanely high. Joe, I love GDXR so far, but cannot use it in my project for now. Why can't you use it in your project for now? That'll be interesting to hear. Yes, I know I'm in the industry. The multiplayer aspect is extremely sought after, so all of that tooling interactions would need to be replicated as well. So replication is a good point. Is a reason I've left it out. So the project itself doesn't have replication because the old hand snap system was insane. But it also means that you're free to put in any system that you want. So you could actually go to EOS or the marketplace and build your own content. There's a whole bunch of plugins in that add replication, so you could just do it that way. And it means that I don't have to worry about networking replication. I can kind of just worry about adding features for you guys. Because if I did replication, it would be like a year out, and it would be horrific. It's also really difficult to find someone to add replication. Cool. Pistol, magazine, it goes in. Shall we see if we can get it to fall back out? Oh my god, my nose is itchy. It's like one specific point in my nose. Oh, it just won't stop itching. Oh, okay. Update our account. Play sound. Location. Widget interaction. I used the socket for that one. I might just use this and see if I can get audio component. Yeah. Forward vector. Ah, screw it. I'm not going to worry about that right now. I don't need to shoot UMGs. Single shot, transform. I could put the socket back on. Pistol body. It's going to be easier, isn't it? Socket manager, add socket. Rename. Muzzle socky. Copy you. Pistol body. Get socket. Transform. Stick you in there. World. Break transform. Just use a location for that. I think I can also just plug that in there now. I think this is how I had it previously. Can't remember exactly. Attach component. Oh, muzzle flash. I might have to redesign a whole lot of this. I think I do, to be honest. But yeah. I make an escape room game with some extras like the Fuse tutorial of yours, besides redoing everything from zero. I work about with Nanite and Lumen right now. This works with Nanite and Lumen. You just need to change the default NI, which I have in here. So converting to desktop VR. Let's save this. Let's say you want desktop VR and you want the like really nice graphics. You can follow this page and it'll show you how to enable all of that. So you don't have to target just VR. So I've got all the settings in here. So you can get like really nice shadows and how to add exponential height fog, volumetric clouds, sky atmosphere, skylight. Pretty much all the settings you need to make it look really pretty, you can put in here. Really handy. I wish I could use it more because it does look really good, but because I'm targeting mobile as the default platform, I have to make sure it runs on everything. Okay. We're shooting the wrong way. Okay, we gotta rotate that socket. There we go. Let's have a shot. Cool. There we go. I need to set up weapon ejection. I don't know why it sticks on my finger. It's never done that. Does that one do it? Why do you not release? The animations do make it feel so much nicer. I've got to do a stream where I fix these holsters because they're so annoying. Okay. Button slide, magazine slide. I'm not worried about making it all look nice right now. Magazine slide, reload inputs here. So whatever we're going to do for the reloading, we need to eject from here. So we could just enable physics, which would work, but it's just going to like fall through the side. Did you also plan a shooting range with the weapons? That would really be the idea to fill this up. Yes. Put like a full gun range in here so you can press the button and then it'll bring up like pop-ups. I watched a YouTube video with gun interactions. I don't know if it was the same video here. Or it was like VR gun range. I can't remember which game it was. Um, I'd love something like this. The template won't be this detailed, but it'll have a gun range in it that we can actually play and interact with. Because I want to build the template, the demo project, so it's fun to use. So they snap theirs there, which is what we've got now, but it automatically entered. That'll be a hard part there. That'll be one to figure out if we can do grabbing afterwards. So can we grab it again to detach it and then put it back in? Like it is. I'm not. The template's not meant to be a game. This whole area is not meant to be a game. It is supposed to be a breakdown of everything in it, logically. And then later on, once I'm happy with it, we can do like live streams. Take a month out. Like I built a VR game in a month. Like we take the GDXR template and we just see what we can do, or what I can build in a month, and then put it on side quest. I am also considering doing a couple of separate packs. So if you don't need everything in this, I could package it up so we've just got all the gun range stuff and go from there. So it'll be much cheaper on the marketplace, and then you can have like specific things that you need from it. So I think it'll be quite handy for people. Eject. We need to figure out a way to eject the freaking gun. Okay, we do that here. Is reloading. True, is not reloading. Okay. This will be changed to like, is gun empty? Set. Whizjet. Set widget ammo count on reload. I'm not worried about any of that right now. We just want to make the bullet fall out. So we know it's going to be on the top here. So what we could do is we could have a timer again, which then causes it to just slide down the spline and then enables physics. Essentially this in reverse. But we use a vinterp 2 to make it go from one point to the other over time. Sounds fun. 1 month of streams to make games sounds amazing. I would have to put a lot of work in to make sure I've got enough tutorials to come out on Patreon and that before doing so. It would also be really handy if I could learn how to make actual devlogs out of my streams. Turn the streams into YouTube videos to then get more people in the streams to then do more content. But I hate video editing, so it's probably not going to happen. I need to get an editor. Find some poor sod who's willing to sit down and watch like 4 or 5 hours of YouTube tutorials, YouTube videos to get best parts. Because I don't have time. I've got a 2-year-old that runs around the house causing havoc. Okay. Logic. We need you, you, you two, and that, and you, and this. And we're going to copy. And we're going to do this. Let's remove you. We'll say is reloading. True. Activate. Go from there. Video editing breaks my brain. I'm fine doing it with the tutorials because it's easier to manage. I've recorded those in advance, so I know what I'm doing. I also have OBS set up, so I actually edit the videos while I'm recording them. So it also saves a lot of time. So I can pause and start for a faster recording. But it's still, I end up with like 45 minutes of video that I could cut down to like 30 minutes. I don't like trying to like cut videos to like 10 minutes long because it doesn't help anyone. Eject slider. Cool. Kids learn fast, maybe. She's getting there. She's starting to get the hang of using tablets, which is terrifying. But she's getting the hang of it. She also knows what the TV remote does. So it's just a case of running over the TV when she gets in. It's like, finds the remote. And that's typically asking her to watch Bluey right now, which is absolutely fantastic. If you're not a parent, recommend watching it anyway. Magazine spline. The two. Yep, I'm learning from your vids on how I should edit my vids as well. Honestly, I make it up as I go. I need to do more. I need to do a lot more videos. I'm just trying not to do videos that people have already done and try to think of ones that people need or like help make progress, which is always easier said than done. So, actor. So we know it's got the end location. The target is the start location. Delta time. Variable. Slide eject time. Get time elapsed by handle. I think one of these can be used as delta time. Interrupt speed. Let's do this as like 1. U into there. No idea if this is gonna work. Cool. Let's try. Because it's like I'd love to make tutorials on like this sort of mechanic, like building mechanics like this, but they take so long that nobody's gonna sit down for like 3 hours and watch it. Okay. Button does nothing. It did nothing. Timer is playing. Zachary, UI update for 5.3 and 5.4 would be great tutorials for me. Selfishly. So you say that I do want to do a tutorial for the common UI system. I want to do a pretty in-depth one because I want to upgrade this whole template to use the common UI plugin and go from there. So if there's anything like this, if anybody's watching the streams and they want tutorials, just head over to the Discord and let me know. Either like #general, just tell me you want a tutorial, and I can add it to the growing list and then get through it. One of the things that I struggle with as well is a lot of time I could do tutorials on stuff I've already done tutorials on. So like doubling them up. It's just like different ways. But I don't know whether it's just going to make the channel cluttered to all hell or go from there. Any kind of UI tutorial would be good. Okay. So is that like just like building UIs or like building like blueprint communication between UIs, that kind of thing? Because I can definitely do those. I think most of my time was spent doing that kind of thing anyway. Okay. We attach, don't we? Detach actor. Can we do detach from actor, current magazine? Press the button, we detach. I don't know if we need to keep relative or keep world. We'll find out. Print string, go from there. Or if you have any links to documentation on UI creation interfaces. I don't know any links off the top of my head. But feel free to hop by the Discord. I can always answer any questions you got. To be fair, the best thing that's a part of UMG is using event dispatchers. It's just all down to how you handle the logic between them and get the references. And done. Not moving. It's not moving. Why are we not moving? It's gonna be something to do with this time elapsed. What's the betting it's just stuck on? It's gonna be stuck on 0.02, isn't it? This time it's just gonna say 0.02. Yeah, it's not. It's not going across the whole thing. Okay. You stack YouTube videos into a playlist. I know. I forget to do it. I need to organize everything. Really forget to do it. Okay. Keep that there. Okay. You time elapsed. Get time elapsed by handle. Why could we not see that? There we go. Press the button. Why is it? Is this not firing? Oh, I'm converting it to a freaking vector. Why am I converting it to a vector? When I have to look for tutorials, I always scroll all the way to your channel. The worst thing is when I'm struggling with something and I try Googling like for help, and it just gives me a list of my own tutorials, and I'm just like, what the? I'm like, it's not helpful. I already know. Yeah, 0.2. It's not calculating. I could use a timeline, but I don't want to. It might be better. I'm so used to not using timelines and just using timers instead. God, look how much of a mess this is. Play from start. No, we need you. Play from start. Update. Length, like 1 second. Add float. Keep 000. Add key. 1. There we go. That gives a little bit more support over it. This value delta time. We'll plug that into there. Take a look. It played, but it glitched, and it was really slow. Tap speed 0.5. Why does it stop? It's like it's stuttering. Try this. Finished. Speed, interrupt speed needs to be on like 10. I get distracted with some of the tutorial, I forget what I was looking for. Yep. Honestly. Press Y. There's nothing, but then it goes down. What's happening? Hmm. Play from start. I've got a can of Dr. Pepper on my desk. I'm terrified of just punching it. Especially since my tracking stops working. Don't know, just a weird little pop. Okay, we're on the right track. Try that. Be faster. I'm building this like I've actually used a gun in my life. I have not. Leave the missteps. Every time I sit down at Unreal, I find myself troubleshooting. I love seeing how others work with it through their issues. That's what I try to keep in. It's why my videos are so much longer. I try really hard not to remove any issues, especially if it's like simple ones I can fix in the video. Like so many people say they really like that sort of stuff. Okay. I'm wondering if this timer's not stopping. Come on. In when it goes all the way to the end. Stop. It like jitters. Like pops to the end and then pops back in. What could that be? Oh, let's try this. Cool. It's still bouncing. That's fine. That's from actor. Let's simulate physics back to true, because it's now not in the gun. Physics on release. Can grab. Come on. So now, hopefully, if we touch that in there, we can slide it in, we can then eject it. Why would it not? Why would it not do that? Let's go. Let's come on. Okay, we've got about 15 minutes, guys. And then I gotta go. Hopefully, we can get this working in that time. We know that this line fires when it gets to the bottom. But why is it not disconnecting from the gun? Attach actor to actor. We should not be attached. We've detached it. Clearing the reference, so we still have a reference to the gun magazine. What am I forgetting? Simulate should be fine. Call this sliding. Let's try this. So I'm doing some kind of loop. Let's try. It's just it's stuck to the spline. Oh, we've detached it from the actor. Very strange. Release magazine. Set simulate physics. Just fall. Detach the spline as well. We don't need to detach the spline. The spline's only there as a location point. We don't attach it to anything. It's just attached to the parent. If we detach this, we'd have to figure out how to reattach it and do a whole bunch of other stuff. It's just a case of the magazine isn't being detached from the gun, it seems. It's either that or it is being detached, but the physics are not updating. Although it would just stay where it is in the real world. In the real world, the scene. So in, go. So that to me says it's not being detached. Yeah. Oh, we've got to figure out the collision stuff with that. Pistol body. Collision. Is that what the issue is? That. Okay. Okay. Detach from actor. Keep relative. I don't know why. Is there a timer still running? It stays at the end point. Wait there. Uh, Try this. Oh. Don't know where the other one went. Or I've also got to do it so you can only do one. Oh, well, there's a lot of work to go. That's for sure. I honestly have no clue why this isn't falling. Oh, is it because Zine static mesh should be on simulate? Okay. Has anybody got an idea? Detach from actor. Detaches the root component of this actor from any scene component it is currently attached to. Attaches the root component of this actor to the supplied actor. Optional naming. What is an actor? Yeah, object actor class. Rotation's off. That's fine. And then it's gone. Is that because it's going the right way? Snap to target, snap to target. Keep world, keep world. Let's go. Come on. I'm out of time I'd save. I need to use the other headset. Come on. What on earth? It's like it's reattaching. Oh, is it the? Oh my god! It's gonna be the grab the pistol magazine. It's constantly colliding. We can debug this. Let's have a look. I think the overlap detection for the magazine is constantly firing when it goes down. So it, it's kind of a bit weird. But yeah. Don't know what's happening with it. But you can see how it's actually doing it now. So that's what it is. It's just constantly overlapping. What it's doing. Just fire the detach. We need to do some stuff to disable collisions. That way it stops going back in. Oh, and then we can go from there. So, yeah, what's going on? Got that. Delete you. Fine. Then we have this section. The question is, I need to disable everything so it just falls straight down and doesn't seem to be attached, spinning around in circles. Okay. Alright, guys. I think I'm going to call it there. So I think we had a pretty good stream. It didn't start off very well. We didn't get what we wanted in there exactly, but we got the weapons, the pistols, and the magazines working. And we can also grab on the top. So if we jump in, we can go and then rack the top, slide magazine in, eject it. It is broken, but it's progress. It's pretty good. I'd say that's an achievement for a couple of hours of a stream. Can't go wrong with that, can you? Well, how long have we been going for? 4 hours. 4 hours streaming, we're done. We built a gun. I'm actually really proud of that. Yes. Cool. All right, everyone. So if you want to grab this in the not with this update, but the next update that's coming out at the end of this week, hopefully, depending on what it does, make sure to check it out in the marketplace. It's really helpful for me as well. But yeah, we'll get these in there. We'll do some more streams this week, hopefully, and then go from there. Hopefully by the end of the week we'll actually have a working pistol, and then I will have a look at getting these rigged and animated as well outside of the stream, because I think I would lose my mind if I did it on there. Yeah. Alright, guys. I will see you all next time. Bye. Where's this button? Let's go. Oh, drop by Discord.